Hi everyone, it's Nat here. I have been asked by one of my subscribers, Tanya, hi Tanya, if I could show how I utilise the books to make ephemera, the ones that I grab out of the recycle bins and that, like how I go through them and how I use my punches on them and things like that. So I thought in the next few weeks that I would focus on doing just that, going through the books that I pick up, not necessarily the best books that I've found, but ones that I want to sort of go through, pick out some decent pages and try and make something with them. So I've got a little project to start with today, and it involves this Reader's Digest Complete Book of the Garden. It's got a few holes in it because I used it to make my signature. Used it with the owl the other day to make my signature, so oops. Yeah. So I wasn't going to grab this book, but when I found it in the bin, I grabbed it. You can see it's got just some sort of pale like pictures and that, which I sort of didn't think much of. But I looked at it in a new light the other day and I now love it, and if I see any more of these I'm going to grab them. I'd actually like to make a nature journal based on the pictures just from this book sometime. So I have been ripping some pages out of this, and I'll show you what I found and what I have been doing with them. So it had these map pages, and it had these little flower pictures around the outside. Wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with them, and then I remembered that I have this little stamp punch, and I was wondering if it would fit those flower pictures. So if I cut them out, I'll show you that it fits pretty well perfect, and you can even keep the name there. So I decided I'd make a whole lot of little stamps out of those little flower pictures. And of course, because there's so many going around it, you get a fair few out of it, which is pretty cool. And you can always colour them in a bit if you want, but I like them the way they are. There's a sunflower there, that's cool. So I started doing that and getting a whole heap of those. And then I decided it'd be a shame to throw out the actual map there. So I will cut the map out. And I decided to try and make an insert for a journal with it. A little bit of that flower overhangs onto the map. It doesn't look too bad, so I might just leave that. Don't think you'll notice it too much. So it's a really simple embellishment, this one, but it's really effective and I love the way it turned out. Now in the book, like I showed, there are a lot of these sort of pictures, and because they are the paler colour, they go really, really well on the map, just like that. So my idea was to stick one of them on there like that, and then find, if you can see, I've got a whole lot of the stamps. So, oop, one just went flying. So I like to find one that I think looks nice with the picture that we've just put on there. Not that it really matters at all. Don't know if I have any actual daisies. I quite like this one though. So we might use that and put it somewhere on there as well. And then just to make them stand out a little bit more, it's good to give it a bit of an ink. So yes, I must get to a lot of my books, especially the ones that aren't that great, and grab out the pages and make things with them, just to get the number of books I've got down a bit. And the ones that I really love that have heaps of good pages in, I leave intact and just take pages when I know what I'm going to use them for. See if I can pick this up. So I hope everyone's having a good day and getting some crafting done. This is vintage photo that I'm using on these. I thought I'd go a bit lighter than my usual walnut stain, just because of the paleness of the colours that we're using. Just try and get into all the little nooks and crannies there. It's not too bad. And then I like to do just where there's the whiteness, just a little bit, just to take the edge off, and it will blend in better with the colour on the background there. So it looks like I'm getting a bit on there, which is good. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. And then ink this as well. So I have my daughter around for the weekend. She's at work at the moment though, so I'll go and pick her up later on tonight. So I thought, well, I've got the house to myself, I'll get a video done. Alright, and then it's just a point of sticking them on. Now I might just use this piece to do my gluing on. Put that on there. Don't lose my little stamp. So I should have a flip through of my daughter's journal coming up soon. Been having a lot of fun filling that up. Actually, let's go figure out. I think I quite like it there. Grab my tissue. Dub some of the excess that's coming out here and there off. And then decide where we want to put the stamp. I think I like it down. I like it down there, I reckon. There we go, very, very simple, but the colours all go together because it's from the same book. They go together so well, and I think this would be beautiful just stuck into a page in a journal, or stuck in as a flip or a pocket. I kind of like the idea of having it stuck in with some washi tape and being able to flip it up and write underneath it and that. So I'm thinking of making a few things out of this book, and yeah, basing a journal around those sort of colours because I really like them. And I made this one the other day, and I love that one as well. And I've got the name of the plant now, which is something we could do with this one, because I think I kept the name here. Yeah, I reckon that's a rock daisy, so we might stick that on as well. Just cut it out. Ink around that as well. I reckon I'll have enough ink left on here. And figure out where we want that. I think I like it down there. So they're very simple embellishments, but you know, there's enough on the map with the flower and the stamp added. You know, you don't really need to put any more. You could always add some lace around the edge. which I might when I put it in a book. Stick that one there. So yes, that's that one. I'll give you a bit of a close-up of this one. That one. We might try one more while we're at it. So I do have one more map here. So I have two more maps, but we'll just do the one more. I've just got to decide which map. I think I like that one actually. And of course I'll keep all the flowers from around it to punch out with my stamp punch, and I'll have heaps of them to use on different projects. Alright, now I'm just got to figure out which flower we'd like to use. I've got that one, I've got that one, and I've got that one to choose from. So let's have a look at our obedient plant it is. That's quite nice. And that one. They're all nice really, aren't they? Kind of like the first one. That one's quite nice too, but I think we'll do the first one. If I can get this one off. I've lost most of my fingernails, so it's not very helpful. Alright, so I'll link around this before I forget. Yes, I still haven't been able to get out in the garden much because of the weather. It's been rotten in South Australia lately. I'm hoping in the next week we'll get some good days. So I've got some nice pavement out there and all the weeds are coming up in between it, and I haven't been able to get out and poison it, so it's amazing how quickly they all grow at this time of the year too. Alright, that looks pretty good for that. I'll get this done. So yes, I'm just winging all these embellishments because I really haven't been doing it for long enough to have really made any much. But really it's just like going through the books, looking at things, and if an idea comes into your head, just do it, and you never know what it might look like until you've tried it. So that's half the fun, I reckon. Ink that a bit dark, but that won't matter, we'll just ink the rest of it a bit dark too. There, that's not too bad actually. Alright, now I've got to choose a stamp for that one. I did have one that looked quite like, I thought I had one that looked like that plant. If not, doesn't matter. Actually, that one's not too bad. Might use that one. And I reckon it might look alright up in that corner too. Had a bit of the green edge on it, but once you've inked it, it doesn't really stand out as much, so yeah, that looks fine. So that was the obedient plant, so we'll put the little name on there. I like putting the names on when I have them. Then I feel like when I look at it, I'm actually learning something. Although I probably should have put a plant that's native to the region of the map, which is what the book was about probably, but yeah, Doesn't matter. Too hard. If I'm doing an actual garden journal, I'd probably do that, but this will probably just be a random sort of nature journal, botanical journal that I put these in. I've already got a cover that I reckon they'll go nicely in, so. Alright, so I think I like it over that side. So we'll get that stuck down. Been having fun doing happy mails this week. I'll do a whole lot of swaps and I get them all done, and then I think, oh, I've got nothing to send, so I'll pick a couple of people to send like a random happy mail to for a bit of fun. Next thing I know, I'm packing like 11 things to go. I don't know how it happens. It must happen to all of you, so I suppose. It is fun though. You get so many unique items that I just can't find in my area through swapping with others. Oh, nearly got my fingers stuck to the page. I'll put a stamp on. Some of that glue off. Now I'll just check where I do want the name. It actually looks pretty good down there. The glue's starting to get low, and when it gets low it oozes out the top a lot more. Better close it this time, or else I'll lose half of it. It's getting very messy. Alright, wipe that down there, I reckon. Bit there that I'll scratch off after. Alright, so that's basically it. As I said, really simple. But just an idea of the things that you can make with book pages. And yeah, it was great grabbing the flowers out of the same book because the colours go so well together, and making those little stamps. So I've got a whole heap more pictures, you know, that I can use on journaling cards to go with in this journal, you know, or on tags, as well as, so far I have all of these stamps, and that was just off around one map. So I've got another like 3 maps that I can get stamps from around. So I'll have a whole heap, and that's just out of 4 pages of the book really. And yes, so I've still got, you know, I'm going to use a lot of the blank pages as well, and I can stick some plants on them and make journaling cards and tags and stuff. And it's got all different sections as well, so when I do like a kitchen journal, I can probably use like the fruit pictures and stuff like that in that. So it's got fruit and vegetable pictures that are pretty cool. The cacti, your orchids and stuff, so still a lot that I'll be able to make with that one. But that's a good start. So I think these will make awesome little page additions or flips and that. So I will definitely, once I get the journal started that I want to put these into, I will show you what I do with them. So thanks for watching everyone, and take care. See you later.